Hey guys, welcome. This is Filmlab and I'm your girl, the Red Black Woman.
And I'm Steven.
Yay! We gotta give a round of applause for Steven. I'm so happy to have you back. I think I did Begonia on my own. Yeah, unfortunately he couldn't make it, but now he's here and he's cramping my style because like he's copying me. I'm wearing black. I always wear black.
Let me not say where black comes from. Who's in charge of black on this show, but it's cool.
Okay guys, we're so happy to have you back, on Filmlab, and today we're going to be talking about a really interesting film directed by Paul Thomas Anderson.
PTA!
And
PTA!
it's called One Battle After Another.
It's been out for some time, but
yes,
we're finally getting around to it. Yes.
Yeah, it came out September of 2025. The lead act was Leonardo DiCaprio, and we had other star-studded actors. This movie is a star-studded actor movie, actually, because you have Regina Hall.
Yeah.
She's legendary,
Yeah,
You have Benicio del Toro, you also have Sean Penn, and then you have Tiana Taylor, and she just won a Golden Globe, actually.
Yes, for this role.
Yeah, so she's
on fire right now. She's in several movies as well, not just this.
Oh, yes.
And series. I think she's also in the Ben Affleck and Matt Damon movie Rip.
Yeah,
which we should get onto on Filmlab.
Yes,
stay tuned for our Rip review while we rip into Rip. Yeah, great film still though, great film.
So I have something to ask. It's a general question, but I would also like to know Steven's thoughts on it. Now, is this movie prestige cinema or is this just expensive indulgence? Because I did mention something about it being a star-studded
cast. Yes.
Cast. That looks really expensive. But we're going to get into it once we come back from our short break. This is still Filmlab and we're reviewing One Battle After Another. Short break now. Cut.
Rise and shine.
Bat an eyelash.
Good morning.
There are no hands on the clock
Why?
because they're not needed.
What time is it?
I don't remember that part. All right, let's just not nitpick over the passwords. This is Bob Ferguson. I was a part of the French 75.
Bitch, I felt like Tony Montana!
Steve Lockjaw just attacked my home. And I cannot remember, for the life of my only child, the answer to your question.
Maybe you should have studied the rebellion text a little harder.
I need to find my daughter.
Well, then call us back when you have the time.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is still Filmlab and we're reviewing One Battle After
Another.
Let's get into it. Before we went on a short break, I asked a question, a very important question. Was or is One Battle After Another just this prestige cinema or is it expensive indulgence? What do you think?
I would say everything that PTA makes is indulgent. I don't think he makes any like simplistic regular movies, so he's always trying to go for peak cinema. And based off of that, I would say this is his most expensive film ever.
Okay.
Cost more than more than There Will Be Blood, cost more than Inherent Vice, cost more than everything he's ever done, really, to be honest. So I would say this is a bit of both. It's definitely an expensive film and one that knew that with the kind of movies he makes, chances are they were not going to recoup like a massive amount of the entire budget, but one that needed to be made just because PTA has to take cinema forward. I'm sorry, he has to. From Boogie Nights all the way, this guy has driven cinema on his back for like the past 2 decades. So I would say yes, it's a bit of both.
Great. I also really feel like it's a bit of both also. So I feel like I completely agree with you when you say it's actually prestige cinema and it's a bit of both prestige cinema and expensive indulgence, because PTA makes and tells very good stories.
Yes, he does.
There Will Be Blood is, I think, even if I've watched this, one battle after another, for me, There Will Be Blood stands out above all from PTA, right? And I believe that because he tells such a fantastic story, he doesn't compromise on expensive indulgence. Now, speaking about the types of story PTA makes, let me draw a reference to There Will Be Blood. Now, I've realized something with PTA. He knows how to brilliantly take socioeconomic issues, heavy socioeconomic issues, and it's either he recreates it to retell the story, right, or he turns it into satire. What I'm trying to say is I love how PTA knows how to take very heavy stories and
make a screenplay out of it.
Exactly. Which leads me to this particular question. What do you think about this political satire, right, wrapped around a lot of action spectacle?
Definitely, this movie is a political satire. The political undertone is very strong. And I agree with you. PTA tends to take political, social, or even like if you go back to Boogie Nights, humanistic issues. Right? And then very heavy humanistic issues. And then he breaks them down into screenplays, as you said, either recreating a core part of that issue, right, with core key members, like figures like There Will Be Blood, or you borrow elements from that era and then you kind of like make some offshoot of it or something that seems like that. So with Boogie Nights, with Inherent Vice, with Magnolia and Ponzi schemes, with this movie and Revolutionaries, There Will Be Blood, and Oil and Gas, all of these very heavy, serious topics. Then he adds action, he adds comedy, humor, the beauty and drama of cinema. So I would say definitely this is something that he can handle. This is something that he can do. I would say maybe people like Scorsese. There's very few people that can handle subject matter and still bring in that entertainment value. So I would say this movie scores really highly in both aspects, being a serious political satire, but at the same time being a great action film where you can enjoy the action and you can enjoy the sequences and everything that's being presented to you. So I agree. I don't need to add to that. Like everything he said, he's spoken for me also. Totally agree. Let's move on to the next question. Let's talk about the cast. What do you think about the role Leonardo DiCaprio played? Do you think he overshadowed other people's talent roles? For example, look at Regina Hall, the character she played. Do you think she should have been given a lot more screen time, like serious screen time? I feel like DiCaprio was the main cast, so...
Yes, and then do you think too much screen time was probably given to Teyana Taylor, knowing that she's just, breaking in, and too little screen time was given to Regina Hall?
I think it depends on the screenplay. So the story demands the screen time for each characters. And I feel like PTA never plays favorites. He's never trying to get more screen time for the big actors. Nah, I've watched some PTA movies where Tom Cruise was in there for like just the first act. He can kill off people early on, major big names, right? So what I would say is, even Teyana Taylor was gone after like the first act, first half of the movie. Let's give it the first half of the movie. But I think Charlemagne has it. He didn't overshadow the rest of the crew or the rest of the cast. I think he kind of blended in very well in this movie. You can tell this wasn't an Oscar grab for him. He was having fun. He was playing around. This is one of the most enjoyable characters I've seen him play. But then with this movie, he had a lot of fun. This was some tomfoolery. He was funny. I can't remember the last time I saw him funny in a movie. It's been ages since I saw him. Like Django was funny. The movie was funny.
He was relaxed.
But he was really relaxed. He was really chill. This is one of my best DiCaprio performances, and I will go back to watch this more than some of his more intense performances because this was just him having a great time.
I actually do agree. I feel like everything was balanced. And PTA didn't have any favorites. Everybody was doing what they were supposed to do, right? But I'm most especially happy for Regina Hall. Seeing her back on screen, especially after the tragedy that hit her home, where her son took his life. So seeing her back on screen just makes me Because really happy because as a 90s kid, I grew up on a lot of Regional Hall's movie, whether it's animation that she voiced. Just seeing her on screen, I'm really happy. So let's go on a quick short break. Let's have some popcorn. You can have a sip of your drink, and we're going to come back. This is still Filmlab, where we're reviewing one battle after another. Right back. Welcome back, people. This is still Filmlab, where we're reviewing One Battle After Another by Paul Thomas Anderson. It's been a wonderful ride, and we've had quite an interesting question, a lot of interesting questions. We still have 2 more to go, and we call it a wrap on Filmlab. Now, let's talk about PTA. Is he evolving or is he overreaching?
Okay, so I would say PTA is evolving. If you look at his last set of movies, right? In the 90s, you had these super long masterpieces, is what I'll call them. I feel like most of the stuff in the 90s and the early 2000s were these lengthy masterpieces. We'll take on subject matters like fashion and Phantom Thread, oil and gas with There Will Be Blood, the entire adult industry with Boogie Nights, Ponzi schemes with Magnolia, and then you had Licorice Pizza. So you had a break after The Master, and then you had almost like a 10-year gap. Then you had Licorice Pizza. Then you had like a 4-year gap. Then you had One Battle After Another. So for me, he's definitely stepped away from his earlier Boogie Nights era, right? Those movies, I don't think those movies will perform as well today, right? Especially in this comic book blockbuster era of cinema that we're in. There'll be top A-list cast members to lead the story, but then he can fill it out with extras or relatively unknown faces. But now you see him packing it tight. Sean Penn, DiCaprio, everyone's in there, right? He's done this before with Boogie Nights, but those guys all became stars because of his movies. Mark Wahlberg, Philip Seymour Hoffman, he gave all these guys careers, right? But then at the same time, now he's working with established actors. There's no rookies in here. There's no guesswork. Tiana Taylor might be the rookie that he's giving, but that's this what he does. He finds stars. So I would say he's updating his OS. Movies are grossing a bit more, but the thing is, I feel like his sweet spot was those $60 million budget movies, $70 million. You gross 200. You make back your money plus some marketing, everybody goes home happy, right? But now that he's pushing 175 and you're making 200, that's not enough margin, that's not enough wiggle room. I don't know how the studios are going to react to his results. But in terms of critical acclaim, this movie is loved by everyone.
I'm really happy today, but I actually have like 2 more questions. One relating to, Nigeria as Nigerian filmmakers. Do you think that this movie would have been called a genius or be a genius production if there weren't A-list actors?
No, I don't think so. No, I think Leonardo DiCaprio was really important in communicating the spirit of the film. I think Sean Penn was really important in communicating the spirit of the film. I don't know if other people would have been able to play these characters to this same level, but definitely, this movie was carried by its A-list actors for sure.
I feel like it was mostly carried by Leonardo DiCaprio and Sean Penn because Sean Penn was the driving force of a lot of the activities, and
Sean Penn was the driving
for the stakes. The stakes. Sean Penn was the driving force for the stakes. Leonardo was the driving force for the beginning and resolution, and some other things in between. He really delivered so well.
He was brilliant.
He was brilliant, and I feel like he's a bit overlooked in One Battle After Another for type of brilliant. But come on, I don't want to go into the details so I don't spoil it for you guys. But I feel like he's my best. To me, he stood out above. Now, finally, the final question. Let's do this. Could Nollywood mount a $150 million political satire? The reason why I'm asking this question is because you see One Battle After Another is based on certain political discomforts happening in America right now, specifically the immigration service, ICE, right? And Nigeria has quite a number of heavy political activities going on. Do you really think that if we were given a budget of $150 million, we would actually be able to tell this type of
So I feel
story?
the economics need to match up. I don't think we need $150 million to tell political satire.
Let's say
in
Naira.
Nigeria. Because I mean, I was going to use The Herd. I don't know what the budget of The Herd is, but The Herd is not a political
It's
satire.
not a political satire.
But it's a really politicized film.
It is.
Yeah, and it's a film that had a lot of like reaction to it based off of
Shock factor.
not even just shock factors. I'm talking about human reaction, like public reception.
Yes.
To the movie because of the subject matter, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we have enough cinemas to generate that amount of money
Wow.
for you in the screen time window. I don't know how many billions, $150 million is in Nigeria. So my point will be, yeah, 150 million naira.
Naira. Let's move away from
Maybe
Naira.
not. Maybe 150 might not be enough. Maybe like
Yeah.
400 million naira. We could do some.
Budget aside, would we be able to deliver a very good
Yeah, we can. We have a lot of
political
directors that.
satire?
Yes, we can. We can definitely.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
That's wonderful. I love
Yeah.
the fact. I love the fact.
I'm confident in Nigerian directors today, especially the
Yeah.
ones working today. Kemi Adetiba, we have
Well,
quite a number of
Kemi
people
Adetiba doesn't strike me as somebody that would be able
do
to
political
direct.
satire. I know. I'm just saying
political satire.
we have these directors in Nigeria. I don't want to pinpoint this guy can do a political satire. Runtime, I don't think anyone's going to be touching 2 hours, 40 minutes, 2 hours, 50 minutes runtime there in Nigeria. We tend to shy away from really lengthy runtime so that we can have more viewings in the Cineplex.
Yeah. Okay. It's a wrap, guys. It's a wrap. It's been wonderful. Now let's give it the Filmlab rating. What would you rate it?
This movie was great, man. 8.5.
Honestly, I agree with you. This movie was really great. Initially, when I saw the trailer, I had an idea of what the movie was about off like top of my head. I just knew what the movie was about. But when I sat down to digest the movie, it has so many interesting layers. I would go for like a strong 8.5 because it evolved. The story just kept evolving. You know, so yeah, that's really nice. So guys,
Happy days, happy days.
Happy days, wonderful. Like, you guys have to be part of this conversation. So you can actually call a text number showing on your screen or follow all our social media handles showing now on your screen.
Tell us what you think about the movie. Add us on all the social media platforms.
Notification on so that when we have new uploads, you're not left out. And let us know what movies that you'd actually want us to watch and review. We'll be very much open to doing that.
Yeah, slap them in the comments. Let us know what movies you want to watch.
And now, when you see the clapperboard on screen, it means
Cut.
cut.